on reading of prisoner abuse at Abu Ghraib. What we are capable of is always astonishing, though never quite a surprise. Astronomers find more evidence of dark matter, the newspaper says on the next page, a fact or metaphor. I think of those villagers in France who risked their only lives to save a handful of Jews, and I tried to find from that fading chink of light an incandescent path through all these darknesses. And this is an answer to a question I get in Q&As, so you won't have to ask me today. Why are your poems so dark? Isn't the moon dark too, most of the time? And doesn't the white page seem unfinished without the dark stain of alphabets? When God demanded light, he didn't banish darkness. Instead, he invented ebony and crows and that small mole on your left cheekbone. Or did you mean to ask, why are you sad so often? Ask the moon. Ask what it has witnessed. And I'm going to end with some poems from a new manuscript, which will be out a year from January. It's going to be called Traveling Light. And these are harder for me to find. Bread. I have to tell you first that one of my early books was called The 5 Stages of Grief. Bread. It seems to be the 5 stages of yeast, not grief, you like to write about, my son says, meaning that bread is always rising and falling, being broken and eaten in my poems. And though he is only half serious, I want to say to him, bread rising in the bowl is like breath rising in the body. Or if you knead the dough with perfect tenderness, it's like gently kneading flesh when you make love. Baguette, pita, pane, challah, naan. Bread is the universal language translatable on the famished tongue. Now it is time to open the package of yeast and moisten it with water, watching for its fizz, its blind energy. Proofing, it's called, the animate proof of life. Everything is ready: salt, flour, oil, breadcrumbs are what lead the children home. This poem was published a couple of weeks ago, and it's called A Burglary, and it's about the theft of my mother's silver. And people still don't seem to realize that when you write a poem in the first person, it's not necessarily autobiographical. And I got emails and notes and phone calls from friends and people all over the country that had seen this poem telling me how sorry they were that my mother's silver had been stolen. And I felt so incredibly guilty since it was a friend's mother's silver that was stolen. The burglary. They stole my mother's silver, melting it down perhaps into pure mineral worth only its own weight. We must eat with our hands now, grab for food in this new place of greed, our table set only with memories tarnishing even as we speak. My mother holding a shining ladle in her hand, serving the broth to children who will forget to polish her silver, forget even to lock the house, while forks and spoons are divided from all purpose. Patterns are lost like freezes after centuries of rain. and every knife is robbed of its cutting edge.